Out, brief candle, life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. This is basically Shakespeare paraphrasing of Krishna's statement in chapter 2, the beginning of chapter 2, regarding this material existence, regarding this world. In verse 11 or verse 12, Krishna says, Nasattu vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate sataha. And so here's a few words about how this passage from Macbeth very much resembles this first line of verse 11 or 12 of chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Nasattu vidyate bhavo. The unreal has no existence. The unreal has no existence. And Nasattu vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate sataha. And the real has no non-existence. So we'll get to that. But back to Shakespeare. Shakespeare describes our life to a brief candle. A brief candle. And it sure is, in the sense that we live such a short life. We live, what, at most for 70, 80, 90, 100 years at the very most. But what's 100 years in the scope of eternity? And if you believe in reincarnation, what is one short life of 70 or 80 years compared to zillions, quadrillions of lifetimes? It's nothing. It's just so short. Then Shakespeare says that this life is like a walking shadow. And why is that also correct? Because we, according to the Gita, again, we are not our physical bodies, right? We are eternal souls inside these physical bodies, inside this material world. And therefore, the life that we're living as falsely identified human or animal or whatever bodies is only a reflection or a shadow of our real life, which is the life of the soul, the life of who we are spiritually as spiritual beings inside this physical body. Then Shakespeare says that this life is like a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. So it's like an actor, you know, who goes on stage and then he's got his role to play or her role to play, and then for whatever 45 minutes he does his thing and he goes off stage, and then no one ever sees or hears about that particular role again, unless you're addicted and you go back to the same theater and to watch the same production again and again. But generally you go to a theater once and then you see the actor and then that's it. So similarly, we enter into these physical bodies. And we are great actors, actually. We're amazing actors because we totally get into character. We totally get into character so much that we totally believe that these bodies are who we really are. So therefore, we really think, I'm French, or I'm American, or I'm Nigerian, or I'm Native American, or I'm Asian American, or I'm African American, I'm black, I'm white, I'm Latino, I'm Asian, I'm gay, I'm pansexual, I'm straight, I'm Republican, I'm Democrat, I'm rich, I'm poor, I'm so ugly, I'm so handsome, and so on, and so on, and so on. We really get into it. But as soon as death comes, we're off stage. We're off stage and we're probably into another body, and then again, identifying with it, totally into character, and we come out again on stage for a few minutes thinking we're this physical body again. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage said, this life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Like, we love talking about our life and how important it is, and the events that take place in this life are so important. Right? Can you believe it? I got admitted to Yale University. Or, oh my God, he wants to divorce me. Or, oh God, I have cancer. Or, oh my God, I just won $1 million. Or, you know, whatever narrative we are involved in, we make such a big deal out of it. It's so full of sound and fury. But ultimately, as Shakespeare aptly points out, it signifies nothing. Because, and this comes back to our Bhagavad Gita verse, Nasattu vidyate bhavo, the unreal has no existence. This whole life is real in the sense that this world and our bodies are creations or energies of God, and since God is eternal and real, this world and our bodies and this existence in that sense is not fully illusory. Little, subtle difference. However, it is unreal in the sense that it's temporary. It's temporary. And that's how Krishna talks about it in this verse. The unreal, or in other words, the temporary, has no existence. Because real existence is eternal existence. And what Shakespeare doesn't do in this particular passage is talk about the flip side of the coin, namely about the eternal existence of God, of the soul. Nabhavo vidyate sataha. The unreal has no existence, but the real has no non-existence. In other words, there is such a thing as real objects out there, and that's the soul, and that's God. And the relationship that each soul, that each one of us has with God is also an eternal reality. It's there forever. And that's what we can focus on so that we can actually be satisfied and happy as we live on this stage and we fret and strut our hour.